How are you, the viewers of United Matters channel? I've not gone ahead to come in late, but I promised to come here with a live video, and it would have been very bad to the viewers of the United Matters channel for me not to come out and obviously give you this video. It's all about United back for Benjamin Sesko, as Benjamin Sesko has gone ahead to make it to the United summer transfer shortlist that Dan Ashworth, when he's named the sporting director of Man United or the director of football, and the CEO Omar Berada will sit down and obviously negotiate on who is the right candidate to come in through and really get us going, to come in through and really help Rasmus Højlund. We all know that Rasmus Højlund is really having very many problems because he's really playing as the only striker at the club of Man United, and Manchester United has found themselves in a situation that Anton Martial is injured, and Rasmus Højlund, a player who never had a perfect preseason, has gone ahead to be played in very many games, something that has gone ahead to affect his career as a player. As Man United at his age, he is playing very many games, he uses a lot of energy, and it looks like if Anton Martial was available, this guy wouldn't have gone ahead to be playing all the minutes he's playing, would have gone ahead to play 60 minutes per game, then they take him off and they get on other players. So that is Benjamin Sesko for you, while on the international duty before they went ahead to lose to Portugal by I think 5-1. Lindelof spoke to the media about him considering to move to Saudi Arabia. That's what he went ahead to say, and we have it here. Then Gerard Pique has gone ahead obviously tell us the difference between the transition between Man United and Barcelona. Remember, Barcelona has also been having problems like those of Man United, but they've gone ahead to bridge the gap and they are not as far off as Manchester United. So smash the like button close to 100 times, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And you know what we are left with? We are left with like 50 subscribers to hit 17,000 subscribers. Continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. A person will ask me, Rokhani, how do I subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. So we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Ramadan Kareem, and enjoy your Ramadan. And today is Juma Mubarak, Juma Kareem, right? Juma Kareem. And guys, you go to the mosque and really flock there and say what you have to say to Allah, exalt him. He'll obviously get you the best that you deserve. Now, the first person to come in through and really confirm to us that United are going to go in for striker has been Fabrizio Romano. He has said Manchester United will sign a goal scorer this summer. That's for sure. The type of number 9 has yet to be decided. That's what Fabrizio Romano came out and really told us. It's no news to Man United that all we need is a center forward. We need 2 central defenders. We need like 1-2 midfielders. We need a right back. So if you are to count all those players, a striker, 2 midfielders, 2 central defenders, and a right back, we might go in for 5 transfers this summer transfer window, and the plan is all about to fix some positions first. Now, a goal scorer is needed. At the beginning of the video, I've told you that the backup, or the striker that was supposed to be competing with Rasmus Højlund this season, is Anton Martial, and we know how injury prone Anton Martial has been. Even last season, Ten Hag went ahead to give him a season, and he made him his number 9. He loved him a lot because of his skill set, very talented player, but he's rarely available. And however good you are and you are not available, you cease to make sense to me. That is it. You cease to make sense to me if at all you don't really come in through and see yourself in a better position of really putting in the best of the best as a player of Man United. So for any player to obviously be fit to play for the club of Man United, you have to tick the box of being readily available every time the team needs you. But every time you're not readily available when the team needs you, then you are going to cease to make meaning, right? You are going to cease to make sense. So for me, Benjamin Sesko comes into the ilk, and that's where we obviously get into this academy scoop, and it's all about the Manchester United's academy scoop. And remember, the academy scoop, why I really like it and I really rate it highly, it's because It's because they went ahead and broke the news of Kobbie Mainoo. They are the ones that told us that Kobbie Mainoo is going to make his debut against Everton, meaning that everything they tell us has been on point. And I really tell everyone who is always on X, please follow them up on X. They have some good updates concerning Man United. He has told us that Man United retain an interest in RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko. United's existing recruitment team believe his versatility and age make him an ideal profile to support Rasmus Højlund. Now, Benjamin Sesko is not a new name to Man United. We all knew to it that when Ten Hag first came in here, he was looking to sign a third striker. Ten Hag believes that in his team, he needs to be having 3 strikers. That is Eric Ten Hag for you. He believes that he should be having 3 center forwards. And by the time we had Ronaldo, we had Ronaldo and Anton Martial. And Ten Hag had already gone ahead to make a decision that my number 1 center forward is going to be none other than Anthony Martial. And Ronaldo really felt pissed. That's why, by the way, he went ahead to leave the club of Man United and found himself playing elsewhere. So, Benjamin Sesko was among the strikers that Manchester United was looking at to sign by then. And we know why we never signed him, because Man United rated Benjamin Sesko for 28 million euros or 30 million euros. Now, when John Mata went ahead to negotiate a deal with RB Salzburg, by the time he was at RB Salzburg, had not crossed to RB Leipzig, he was told that he should pay twice the amount of money that he was really valued for. And they were calling in for 50 million euros plus for Man United. And we've always gone ahead to let you know that that is called Manchester United tax. And it has always been here in very many deals we've gone ahead to do for the club of Man United. The deal that brought in Di Maria, 56 million pounds, that was a lot of money. Paul Bile Pogba, 89 million pounds, that was a lot of money. Romelu Lukaku, 75 million pounds from Everton to Manchester United, that was a lot of money. Fred, from Shakhtar Donetsk to Man United for 60 million euros, that was 53 million pounds, that was a lot of money. Harry Maguire, 80 million pounds, you understand? 80 million pounds. Man City had valued him for 60. That's why they pulled out and went ahead to sign him. It was a lot of money again. Then this other guy, what's his name? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 50 million pounds. Guys, do you know what it means to be a right back and you're costing 50 million pounds? By then, it was 2019. You needed to be one of the best in the world. Look at Diego Dallo. He never came in for that amount of money, but Dallo is better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So after doing all those mistakes and collecting them together, guess what happened? They happened to really start paying what we call Manchester United tax. And now teams would really double the price of the players that you're looking in for, because they knew to it that we are desperate to go on and really buy those players. That's why John Mata said, no, we are not going to buy that player. And he went in for other players like Anatovic. He was willing to come to Man United, but because he had some racist abuses way back when he was still playing for FC20, the fans, a season hold of Man United, wrote a letter to the Glazers and told them that we shouldn't be allowing him to happen. It never really fell through. It fell through and it never came to pass. So the process continued. We went ahead to play when we are not having a center forward. That is it. We only had one center forward. We had 2 center forwards, Ronaldo and Anton Martial, but Ten Hag never really liked Ronaldo because he knew to it that Ronaldo couldn't lead the line and couldn't press. Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out and confirmed us the reason as to why the signing of Ronaldo went ahead to fail at Man United was because they needed to change the shape of the team to fit him in. And Ten Hag was like, I'm not going to do that. If Martial is injured, Marcus Rashford will lead the line. So we were like waiting in for center forward, not until we get in Weghorst in the winter transfer window of 2023, and he played for 6 months, and then he left the club of Man United. So that has been a very huge journey. And even this season, we brought in Rasmus Højlund. After getting in Rasmus Højlund, we really hoped that maybe Anton Martial will be fit, but he has failed himself to be a variable, and this has gone ahead to cost us a lot at the side of Man United. And I really believe that it is really one of those moments that have gone ahead to cost us a lot. Now, Benjamin Sesko was later sold to their sister club known as RB Leipzig, and he has his buyout clause. And this season, he has gone ahead to do a lot. You know, I want to put something in the comment section here. Should United sign Benjamin Sesko? Right. So it's a yes or no. Go into the live chat and really throw in your vote there. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, throw in your votes in there for you, and we'll really come in here to obviously bring you the best that you guys deserve. Benjamin Sesko, for RB Leipzig this season, he has not gone ahead to disappoint. His numbers have gone ahead to grow up as he has obviously continued to do the needful. And he has gone ahead to play 23 games in the Bundesliga, 7 goals and 2 assists. In the Champions League, 8 games and 2 goals. DFL Pokal Cup, 2 games and 2 goals. He has 11 goals in 33 games. To me, it's not bad for him, and I would obviously give him a go to come through the club of Man United. When you look at Rasmus Højlund, we've gone ahead to hail him, but can I tell you, Benjamin Sesko is a better player than Rasmus Højlund. I want to let you know this. He's tall, his skill set is really great, and his hold-up play is better than that of Rasmus Højlund. He's a tall lad, you know. He's a very, 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 very tall lad that he will obviously have to really agree with him that he comes in and really do the needful. And I would love to see a player of Benjamin Sesko, 20 years of age, coming in through to compete with a 21-year-old at the club of Man United, because you would have gone ahead to build a side of Man United that is going to be living here for a very long time of period possible, other than getting in a player that people say, we want in a striker who is really experienced. Why should we go ahead and really get in a striker who is really experienced? Yet, a team like Man City is having Erling Haaland, who is 23 years of age, 23, 24 years of age, and Julian Alves, who is 22. You know, what's the difference between that, Man City having Haaland and Julian Alves, with Manchester United having Benjamin Sesko, 20 years of age, and Rasmus Højlund of 21 years of age, meaning that by the time Sesko signs for Man United, will also be 21, meaning that they are all in the same age bracket. And trust me, this guy is taller than Benjamin. I think he's taller than Højlund, right? Because Højlund is 1.91 meters tall, and Benjamin Sesko is 1.95. So he's taller than him. He weighs more kilos than Rasmus Højlund. And for me, I wouldn't like to see us go in for any other striker. I think Rasmus Højlund is good, and he should be getting to compete with his age mate, who goes by the names of Benjamin Sesko, and I know his transfer won't exceed 50 million euros. That is like 43 million pounds for me. And there are other players or strikers that are going to hit to be linked to the club of Man United. You remember, in the January transfer window, Manchester United was linked to Zikezi, playing for Bologna, scoring for fun. I think he now has like 13, 14, 15 goals in the Serie A, and very many other teams are really looking in for him. Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and very many other teams are really looking to sign him at their teams. So he's one of those that we're going to have to be looking in for. And which other striker has gone ahead to be linked to Man United? Ivan Toney. I wouldn't like Ivan Toney anywhere near the club of Man United. If you tell me that you are getting in Zikezi, 23 years of age, to come in and compete with Rasmus Højlund, I would really convince that. And to show you that teams don't want to obviously get in players who are really going to come in through and really put a disarray into the dressing room, Arsenal are making Gyökeres, who is playing at Sporting Lisbon, as their number one center forward target, ahead of players like Vlahovic and Osimhen. It shows you that even Manchester United should go in for young talents that are not going to cost us a lot of money. And at Man United, you have to rule out signings of like £100 million, you know, because those strikers that are being talked about, like Victor Osimhen, Vlahovic, Ivan Toney, their price tag is in £100 million. That is like a 9-digit figure. You get? So, at the club of Man United, all we need is simple. Get in Benjamin Sesko for that amount of money, because I know he won't exceed £50 million. That means you would have gone ahead to save more £50 million to use it to get in other players, because we need in 5 quality players at the beginning of the summer transfer window, and then the rest will be history. We want to see United do these deals early enough. That is it. So I just can't wait to see how that is going to be really done well. But I think Benjamin Sesko serves a better purpose for the club of Man United. He'll come in through and he'll do the needful. Imagine getting off Rasmus Højlund and getting in Benjamin Sesko. He's fast, he's tall, his skill set is really out of this world. He's a good finisher. He's good in the air, good on the floor, and he can really haunt any team. And I know most of you are not going to have to give him a lot of your attention, but try to give attention to these players, especially when these teams are really playing into the international break. And Slovenia is going to be playing Portugal next week on Tuesday. So I think you guys will see, we'll have to see Benjamin Sesko taking on that defense of Portugal. So endeavor to watch that game and see how good this player is, whether we need him at the club of Man United or not. I'll be waiting for your reactions into the comment section below about all that you people are really here to obviously talk about. So that is it coming in through from Benjamin Sesko to Man United. And I know most of you really loved this lad way back in 2022. I remember when I used to obviously do those lives late in the night talking about Benjamin Sesko, and you guys were like, we need the player. Man United had talked to the agent of Benjamin Sesko, but what stopped Man United to sign Benjamin Sesko was the way RB Salzburg went ahead to say, we need double the amount of money that was really priced onto the player. And United pulled out. Something that I felt was really important, that we couldn't pay that amount of money for a player who was not yet proven and not playing in the top leagues in Europe. You see, even for Erling Haaland, we're only going to pay, I think it was like £18 million, £20 million when you're signing him from RB Salzburg to Man United. So this guy was not as proven as Haaland, but he was really costing more than that. So this time around, he has a release clause and it's around 50 million euros. Will be good to see where he's coming in through at the club of Man United. So smash like button, comment and share. Continue to vote. I'll end that vote or that poll into the live chat when this is done and dusted. Now let's go to one of the defenders whose year was really triggered, and it looks like Man United want to keep him at the club of Man United. That is none other than Victor Lindelof. During the international break, he was asked on whether he could consider a move to Saudi Arabia. He said, I haven't actually thought about it. Maybe I don't really feel like I'm there in my career that I want to get down to moving away. I feel that I want to stay in Europe and play football at the top level. So he has no plans of really leaving Europe. And I think when you add the dots, it's like the club of Man United want to keep this guy ahead of they want to keep this guy, that is Lindelof, ahead of Varane, because Varane, his further option here has not going to have to be triggered by the club of Man United, and that of Lindelof has been already triggered. Now it's a confirmation that maybe Man United would like to keep Victor Lindelof because of his age. I think he's 28 years of age, and they would love to see to it that they obviously get the best out of him, and maybe Ten Hag will tell the board he wants him to stay. And when you look at the money we are having, if you release very many central defenders, where are you going to get the money to really get them, to really get their replacements? Because if you lose Varane on a free, that means there is nothing you're going to get. Lindelof, they get you like £30 million for him. That means you need to spend £100 million to bring in the defenders that you want, because even Todibo is north of £45 million, you know. And when we look at Braithwaite, he might be in £40-50 million. McGahey, the same. So the two centre forwards will be looking to sign at the club of Man United. Sorry, centre backs will be looking to sign at the club of Man United. Will need £100 million, and that's why Man United said we have to renew the contract of Victor Lindelof, such that we can sell him but we'll make a decision. But I wouldn't like to see Lindelof leave Man United before Harry Maguire leaves. By the way, I wouldn't even like to see Rafael Varane leave before Harry Maguire leaves. I think Harry Maguire should leave first. He should leave first. And for Varane, the hinge has always been the amount of money he earns. And maybe Man United are like, if you want to stay, you need to take a pay cut. And that pay cut should be of close to £130,000 from his salary, meaning that if he is earning £200,000 a week at the club of Man United, the club of Man United will be 100% okay with him earning that amount of money. So that's exactly what Man United is all about. And maybe he want to see to it that they buy and really get in more and more and more and more, and then let out these players. I won't be shocked if at all I see Rafael Varane and Lindelof leave the club of Man United. I won't be shocked, but I want Harry Maguire to leave first. That is it, because I believe he has nothing to offer to that defense. I know he's going to have to improve a lot, but if you are a team like Man United, you wouldn't like to see to it that Harry Maguire comes into the mix to be part of our team next season. So for Victor Lindelof, I really know exactly what is burning in him. He wants to start the club of Man United, and that's going to have to put in performances that are going to have to show that. But the manager is very, 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 very crucial, and the board on who they want to keep and who they don't want to keep. So, as I told you, we are looking to bring in like two central defenders. That's what I think. But I think we'll obviously, those that I'm sure are going to stay, Evans, because he earns little money and he can put in a shift every time he's called in for. Then Lisandro Martinez. I have a feeling that even Harry Maguire will stay, though I would love him to go fast, you know, because he plays for the English national team, and I would like to play that national card at Man United coming in through from that story. Let's obviously go to the story coming in through from Gerard Pique. Gerard Pique was a player who played for Man United, and then he left to go ahead and really play for Barcelona, because you had gone ahead to buy him from the academy of Barcelona, and he had to obviously meet his team, because Barcelona, it's like an army. Anytime they call you, you have to go back and really serve. So he had to go back and really serve, and he went ahead and really served. After serving, he really retired. He never went ahead to play football for any other club. He pulled out and really said, I'm really ending my career. But he has gone ahead obviously speak about something important about Man United and what we call the transition. Our transition is into its first decade. Can you imagine 10 years and we haven't gone ahead to get the best out of the best of this? Gerard Pique has told us the difference with Barcelona is that the transition period at Man United has been going on for long. They got a lead or lost after Sir Alex Ferguson left. Little by little, they're trying to put everything back together in order to compete for titles. Yeah, that's the fact. We are trying to put things close and putting them together to see that we obviously get in these titles. But it's not something that's going to come up in a one day. That's why even Sergeant Ratcliffe has gone ahead to talk about the 30. He has talked about the 3 years that we should be given to the club of Man United to obviously restructure and get in the best people to do the job at the club of Manchester at the club of Manchester United. So the transition is going to have to take a lot of time, and I also admit I also agree with Gerard Pique that transition is going to have to take long, and we know why. The reason as to why that transition has taken that long, because of the people that we had at the helm of the club. And I think next season, things are going to really turn around quickly, because Manchester United is going to be having the new people running it. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Dave Brestfold, Joan Cloud, then Omar Berada, Dan Ashworth, and very many others, meaning that we are heading into this as a different kind of team altogether. And I think all the suffering of a decade ever since we won a Premier League is really going to come to pass. And the beauty is that this manager has shown us that even if he's not having really the quality of players that he really has, he can match these teams and really get or make them really struggle. For example, the game of Man City. If Ten Hag had a very good bench, you wouldn't even have gonna hit to lose that game of football. Look at the game of Liverpool, how we beat them, because at least we had some players that are gonna hit return from injury, and they were on the bench of Man United, and they're really willing to do the needful. So I really believe that the transition at United is going to have to take long, because for Barcelona, they've been winning these trophies. They've been playing the Champions League, but for Man United, even playing the Champions League and really going in through has started to be one of those things that people are really celebrating about. Something that really annoys me, because going into the quarterfinals doesn't really make you celebrate, because it's like you are not looking after that big side. But I also really have a saying that enjoy the moment and seize the opportunity that comes in through, because you never know for how long you are going to spend without winning. It was hard for everyone who was really in support of Man United by 2013 that we are going to go through this, right? No one saw this coming. However much we expected something to come, but we never sorry about that. But we never expected it to be at this level that you're going to get 10 years without winning anything big. We've won the FA Cup, we've won the Carabao Cup, the UEFA Europa League, but the Champions League and the Premier League are the most important trophies for we, the fans, and we would like to obviously see to it that we win more and more and more and more of that. But it doesn't end there. We really hand it over to the Lord, and the rest will be history, meaning that we're here to bring you the latest news and information as far as Man United is really concerned. For the transition at Barcelona, it's like they're gonna hate to be having people who know exactly what to do. But the problem has always been that at Man United, we're gonna hate to be having amateurs being played into or being used to run a football club that is really very, very professional. Thomas Donko, greetings from Ghana. Thank you. Greetings, my brother. You said you need him to replace Martial. Yeah, we need him to replace Antoine Martial, and he should be onto the next bus by the time, or next plane, by the time the transfer window really comes to an open. But he has just gonna hate to make it to the shortlist. It's not that he has gonna hate to make it to the first choice, but he's in the shortlist of strikers that Man United are really eyeing, and his admirers are still at Man United, and they think that this boy can do the needful. I just think that he can do the needful, and Ten Hag is going to show them that he can improve you and really make you better and better and better. Ahmad Amuda, 100% sure. All right, thank you very much for watching it through. Then I'm having Humble Badije, greetings from Gambia. We honestly need him, and would be great competition with Hoyland. They are all good future players. Yeah. Right now, look at what Arsenal did. Arsenal are now thinking of signing Joshua Kimmich, but when Edu came in here under Teta, they never thought to obviously go in for those old players. All they went for were the next Kevin De Bruyne, the next Rasmus Højlund, the next Mohamed Salah. Those are the players that Arsenal really went in for. And right now, they're really doing well and having a better life in there for you. So I think we should borrow a leaf from our nemesis, though it is painful, but we just have to wait and really accept that they are really responsible for everything that this club of Man United has always gonna hit you before. It has always been patience, and finally, we will get there as a club of Man United. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Let me end this poll and see how you guys have gonna hit to vote. And it looks like 90% of you have gonna hit to say yes, United should sign Benjamin Sesko, and 10 of you have come out and said no way, you should sign Benjamin Sesko. And I think they're really wanting us to go for a striker that is really very proven. Ensa Toure, we need a striker who will score game in, game out. Yeah, he can. This boy is really good, and he can come in through and really set competition to Rasmus Højlund. You can ask yourself, if Rasmus Højlund is going to hit to play like that without competition, then how is he going to really play when he knows that there is a striker of his ilk obviously playing at the side of Manchester United, and he's on the bench waiting for him to be taken off and for him to obviously take over? Your thoughts onto those three stories are welcome in the comment section below. I'm really feeling dozy. I sign out for now. See you later. We need a striker who will score game in, game out. I told you he's good at that.